All right, watching those nutrition fads come and go, it's exhausting, right? At one point, something's good for you, then the next day it's bad for you, especially in the new year. Social media is full of posts that say things like, hey, here's 10 quick things to lose 10 pounds or 10 ways to trim your fat and be healthier in the new year, right? You name it, it's out there. Here now, Dr. Renee Matthews, medical media personality, to talk more about busting some of the myths and setting yourself up for success in the new year. The New York Times came out with this list, and Happy New Year to you, Doctor. Appreciate you being here. And it goes through some different things, starting with like the Mediterranean diet. Is it actually good for you? What do we need to look for when we're looking at these lists and trends to find the truth?
Well, look for what makes sense. So the Mediterranean diet, we've heard so much about it for years and years and years, and it's actually really good. And it actually does work. So if you would like to be healthy, that's a great diet to go by. But, there's people with food allergies that can't necessarily follow that diet. So, if you look at these diets, make sure that they apply to you. So if you have diabetes, then you need to watch out for some of these things because you can't eat what everyone else can eat because you have to watch your carbs. So it's really just paying attention. And this list that we saw, I like that they brought back cottage cheese. I am actually not young enough to, I'm not actually that young. I do remember when cottage cheese was a huge thing, and now it's big again. And, it's a good source of protein, calcium, selenium. And now, of course, there's all these other fancy ways that you can fix it. It could be sweet, it could be savory. So
how do you like to eat cottage cheese? I struggle with that one. What's a good way?
So I keep saying I'm going to try it. I haven't tried it yet, I will admit.
Okay, you and I both in 2024.
In 2024, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, I think savory.
I remember my mom doing it for breakfast with grapefruit, and I'm actually allergic to grapefruit, so I knew I couldn't do that. But I have been tempted to try it, so
okay,
I'm going to do it.
I think the savory route. I can't picture anything sweet with cottage cheese. Another thing on that list is start your day with a healthy breakfast. So maybe it's cottage cheese, maybe it's a grapefruit. This has been around for a long time. We've always known this, right? But how important is it to get your metabolism going?
So those people, the studies show, and nutritionists say that most people that start their days with a great breakfast, and that's a balanced breakfast with protein, healthy fats, fiber, those people have better health benefits than other people. So apparently there is something about breakfast being the most important meal of the day, but it decreases your cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes and obesity. So those are three big things.
The other thing on this list that caught my eye was protein bars. It said skip them. What do we like or not like about protein bars? They seem easy on the go.
Healthy. They're great on the go, but they're actually not healthy. I think if you made your own protein bar, you'd probably be better off. But you could just, get your protein from yogurt, nuts, or beans.
All right. It doesn't feel like this is all stuff we know. It's just hard to put into practice. Let's talk about another health headline here. A new study found some common medications, including antidepressants, sleep aids, and painkillers, may negatively impact the driving skills of senior citizens. This is a scary thought.
Is, but if you think about it, it makes sense. They call it polypharmacy when people take so many meds, and I know because I'm a caregiver, our elderly population take a lot of medications, and what happens is just one medicine, maybe it doesn't cause a problem, but when that one medicine is mixed with that one and that one and that one, that's where you have the issue. So it's a conversation that needs to be had in the doctor's office when you're prescribed all these medications. Am I going to be able to drive? Also, if you notice yourself as someone who is a senior citizen, if you notice that you're feeling groggy or something, tell the doctor so then maybe they could change the time of day that you take the medication. Because if you take that medicine at night versus in the morning, then perhaps you can drive in the daytime and, everything's just fine. So it's really a conversation with the doctor because it's a lot of medicines mixing together, just a lot of chemicals. Think about it.
A dangerous recipe, especially when you're behind the wheel. Finally, a tomato a day keeps the doctor away, although as lovely as you are, we would like to see you less if it is about a concerning health issue. So this new study found people who ate tomatoes daily had a reduced risk of hypertension by 36%. That's quite a bit. So much for the apple, I guess.
Yeah, so tomatoes are high in potassium. And potassium is great in lowering blood pressure. It's also high in lycopene. Lycopene also has a lot of antihypertensive properties. So yes, you don't have to eat a raw tomato, because I'm not eating raw tomatoes, but you can do gazpacho. You can do tomato sauce. There's just all these different ways you can have tomatoes. So yeah, definitely. If you're not allergic, not tomatoes are a nightshade vegetable. And there are a lot of people, especially arthritic people, that cannot eat nightshade vegetables because that will cause their arthritis to flare up. So if you can eat tomatoes, I highly recommend them.
Okay, maybe with some cottage cheese. Sprinkle a little sea salt. Okay. Happy New Year to you. Great to see you, Dr. Renee Matthews. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
All right. In Utah.